Hi everyone, Becka B here again and welcome to project number 4. Hi everyone, this is project number 4 and it's a wine bottle tag. I've made this one really simply with a hole punched out here, and it just sits over the neck of the bottle and hangs down the front. And how we're going to make this is we need a piece of cardstock which is measured at 7 long by 4 wide and scored at the 4-inch line. We'll need a piece of red cardstock here, which is measured at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Our cream cardstock here measures at 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, and the mustard cardstock, which is measured at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 there. We also have a scrap piece card here, which is going to sit on the underside here just to reinforce the back of your wine bottle hole. Okay, just there. So I'm going to show you how to do that. First of all, we're going to put it all together. Oh, and we also need a large poinsettia here. Now this is so simple to make. It's really easy, and it's something really nice and quick that you can do over Christmas for any of your guests. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to be using the tissue tape again, and exactly the same way that I made the card projects, just pop in enough just to tack it to the base of our bottle tag, because this stuff is, like I say, super sticky, and I'm leaving these bits blank again so that I can manoeuvre them with my fingers. Okay, so just going to peel this backing off. There we go, and layering that straight onto here. There we go. And then we're going to use the cream one this time to layer onto. I've used the mustard as opposed to the cream, just to give it a bit of depth this time and make the layers sort of like stand up a little bit more. But if you wanted to, if you was using, say, white wine or red wine, you could change these layers over according to which coloured wine that you was using. That might be nice as well for the guests. So again, we're just going to pop that there. And like I say, you can just pop any excess that you want onto your sellotape rolls there, and you don't end up wasting it or losing it or sticking it to yourself, which is what I used to do. And again, just layering that one straight on, and like I say, just keeping my fingers nice and free there, because the tape's across here, and in the middle. And again, layering that on nicely there, and then we're going to layer our top layer on now. This time again, use that little bit that's left over. I'm going to make myself a larger length for that. And then just for there. You're just taking them back bits off. Oops, here we go. And again, just layering them really nicely there. Okay, now we can score this line here across the top. Now before we put our poinsettia on, we want to make the back of the base of the card. So using the scrap, now this scrap measures at 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, this one. And I'm also using tissue tape too with this card, with this bit. With the tape this time, I'm going to be putting it into the corners, as you can see here. Because we're going to be punching a hole in the middle, so we don't really want to interfere with that hole too much. So I'm just doing the corners, just tapping those corners there, and again, peel that off. I mean, this backing comes off so easy, and you'll find it the case as well if you use your poker tool or your fingernail like myself. Again, layer that up into the middle, just like that. Now what I've done here is I've actually done a very small central marker here so that I know that's the centre part of my my line. And why I've done that is because when I use my punch, I need to know where the centre of my card is. So again, I can just line that up, knowing that that is the centre of the card there. And if you want to do it, if you're not 100% sure, you can always underneath, using a ruler and a little pencil, you can just sort of like go down and make a little score line so that you can actually line it up a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to just slide the card in. It doesn't really matter if it's not perfectly lined from the top to the front. That really doesn't matter. And then you've got two lovely little circles there that you can use to make toppers for something else. Okay, so that's your hole for the neck of your bottle. Just forgot what it was called then. It's like it's a hole for the neck of the bottle. Okay, now we want to create these edges, these nice round edges here, so it doesn't kind of like stick off your wine bottle. And what I'm going to be using is one of my dishes, and again with the back in the centre, you can just use that to line it up and just draw around there. But again, make sure that you do it upside down. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do this. I just keep my pencil there, and then I tend to move my my dish to where I roughly want it to go. And again, same way, bringing it down. If you're not sure how to get it straight, again you can just use your ruler and just make a little line across there. So making it straight across to there. Oops. There we go. Now we can cut those bits off. There we go. Sorry, I lost my scissors then. I was like, where have they gone? Okay, so cut these little bits off, and again, just going round that line. Now I'm left-handed, so I'm going to have to come in this way. And there we go. And that's it. So when you turn it over, it's at a nice little point. This one's a lot more pointed actually than the first one that I made. I did this one freehand, so but I do like this one, so I did all my other ones like this. And again, because we've got this little bit of reinforcing here on the back, sorry, I'm looking for my rubber, there we go. Because we've got this little bit of reinforcing here along the back, we can actually just slowly start to bend it. You don't have to be too soft with it, because it's nice and reinforced. We can bend that now, so when that sits, that's actually going to sit really nicely onto that bottleneck. Okay, and then I'm just going to rub these little lines off. I mean, if you're using this for your table, you don't really need to rub them off. Giving it as a gift, it's nice to just get rid of the lines. Okay, and there we go. And again, if you wanted to, you could just literally snip, which I think I'm going to do for this one, just snip this one off here, just so that my wine bottles are slightly different. There we go, well, my wine bottle tags. Okay, and now all we're going to do is add our little poinsettia here, so that we get that nice little bit of layering up, and it also matches everything else on the table. And we're going to use our 2mm sticky tape, and our foam tape, and again just using a small amount there, just a little bit on there and there. Okay, and just flick that off, I can't tell you how easy, you know, I keep saying it throughout my videos, that the backing comes off so easily, and it really, really does. I mean, I've not struggled with that backing at all, and I never do when I'm using the Affix-It tapes. Never ever struggle with the backings on them, they're fantastic. So again, because this is not going in an envelope, we can stick it right over the edge and just really let that fall off the sides there of our project. Just get rid of those little bits. And now we're just going to add my greeting here, my season's greetings again, which I used for the other project. I'm just inking that up again using exactly the same coloured ink, because obviously we want them all to match. If people are coming round, we want to entertain over our Christmas period. So, and that's it. That is your little wine bottle tag there, ready to be popped onto a bottle and looking really pretty as your gift for Christmas. Okay, see you soon.